Hello everyone! This is a really impromptu video. So Alan, buddy, you know who you are. If you're watching, you might not want to watch because I have a feeling I'm going to jump all around. Although I did make some notes this time. Well, that I'm directing this towards, whatever decision is made, it's like, that's your choice. But time you see like a break in the video, that's where I'm cutting out somebody's name, just so that I don't have to do two videos. No, there's friction there, obviously. And it makes me uncomfortable as a wig maker and someone with an online wig store, because that's not right. We're supposed to be in a community together. I know that there's all kinds of little communities out there. Why is it that we are not supporting each other? I know from this side of things what you're feeling right now, and I can see it in your words. I've been attacked before. I've been pegged a bitch because I know that in this industry we have to be firm with people. We have to stick with our policies, and we have to let people know that they're not going to push us around. But calling people names, attacking their character, making statements about their physical appearance, that is just, it's really wrong. I think that every person is bigger than that. I know that that's like probably a hippie way to think. Really, we all have the propensity to be angry. And like I tell my daughter when I see her getting angry, you are 100% entitled to have those feelings. She's 3, but someday she's gonna understand that. And I was never taught that growing up. My sister taught me that recently. We all have choices, and they may not affect you now, but they will eventually. There was somebody that reviewed one of my wigs, and it was on a larger scale, and I got put on blast hard. And seeing what you wrote, I was like, dang, if these people see this, I am going to look like Mother freaking Teresa. I know that you have a lot of support, but your support is not going to be in your customer's living room when these people are reading terrible things about the way you react. You have an online presence, and what you're doing right now is destroying it. I've never heard of you until like last week, and let me tell you, and she was trying, like, she showed me this wig of yours, and you know, I hadn't talked to her much, so I didn't really feel comfortable at first saying anything about it, but I was like, damn, what's up with that? I'm not going to go into that, but you know what the problem areas were. I could tell that she was like, oh, yeah, I kind of looked at that, but you know, I didn't think anything about it. But you think it's kind of obvious, huh? And I was like, well, yeah, I could see it in the first video that you did. But she was like really trying to just, you know, like it and be okay with it. And then she was talking to me about putting the top cap inside. And that's when I got a closer look at it. And I was like, I have sent things out before and not realized that I screwed up. Now this one did say that it was a display piece. So, I mean, display piece, yeah, you probably did a couple things here and there. People will bitch about little things, and then I get thrown off and have to tend to them. But you know what? That's integrity, and that's what you have to do. It's a tough industry. I know that. I know that I'm not as big as you, but even with all your assistants and whoever, you know, you still have a lot on your plate, probably as much as I do, doing ventilating skin wigs and doing it all by myself. no matter what, somebody comes to me with a complaint, I don't care how mad you are. You have your right to your feelings. Feel them. Give yourself a week, maybe, before you respond. State the facts. Be done with it and not care which way it goes. Because we are getting too attached to monetary things. And maybe I'm going too in-depth here with this whole thing, but I watched a really, really good documentary the other day. It was called Generation Wealth. And it kind of explained to me why people in the wig community and the extensions, they're kind of in our community, but they don't know what it's like to deal with wigs. I'm discriminating against extension people. I'm not really. So we have our trade secrets, right? We should be supporting each other like freaking Alcoholics Anonymous does. I mean, hello, they have problems, so they meet to discuss their experience. In sharing that, we grow. So I'm sharing with you right now that I know exactly where you have been. I have been told by a customer, I'm doing a chargeback. She wanted the wig. She straight up wanted the wig. And she told me straight up legit, I had shipped it to her. She refused it, and she said that she's filing a chargeback to teach me a lesson. Now, that is straight up fraud that I have proof of. What you are talking about, she really liked that wig. She liked the color. Otherwise, she wouldn't be planning on paying me to put a special cap inside for her. And it wasn't even for anything to correct your design. It was just because it helps with staying adhered to your head. So yeah, she wouldn't be planning on dropping money into something if she didn't like your wig. And now it is an effing disgrace what's going on right now. When I talk about community, she is very into her community of, her friends and followers who like to watch her reviews and who rely on her reviews. I feel that she's a very trusted and a very trusting person. I don't know her that well, but what I do know, I see a lot of integrity there. And I don't think you should be proud of what a bully you've been. I think that you should be a little bit ashamed. I've been a total... Oh yeah. Mine's usually not publicly though. That's what really blew me away, was that you were just doing this publicly, because, there are always eyes on you, especially really check to see how many followers you have, but I'm sure you have a lot more than me. And I always have eyes on me and people commenting on you. So trust and believe, those two little screenshot buttons really, really hurt you. And if this keeps going on, or things like this, even with other people, it's like you're gonna be at breakfast. Somebody is gonna come out of left field and you're gonna be going up to that breakfast buffet to get seconds, and it's gonna be gone. Your shit's gonna be gone. It happens fast. I'm serious. You know what you're doing is wrong. I mean, you would have to, unless you have bullies in your corner that are encouraging this kind of behavior. It's not right. We are human beings. We don't treat each other like that. We shouldn't. I mean, yeah, we do, but it needs to stop. The wig community, we can't share our secrets, and we have to be on guard, and we have to act like we're Mrs. or Mr. Tough Guy, when in reality we're really not like that. Most of us still have a heart, and I'm not saying you don't. If one person lets their guard down, it's like so-and-so does this, so-and-so does that, we can get away with this. And that's why community is important. We need to come together on this so that we are not treating each other like this. I know you're busy. Whenever somebody gets a wig of mine and they need a correction, I do it. I said I'm not going to do things for free anymore. I do things within reason. Like if it was the person's fault, if I had no control over it, then obviously I'm going to charge the person. But you know, you have to give like that sometimes. Because if you're gonna be like this over $600, people just aren't gonna trust you. And I've seen a few people online who already don't because of this. Now, I know that you've talked about all these connections that you have, but at the end of the day, they, like I said, they're not going to be sitting with your customers when they're trying to decide if they should order or not. So I hope you guys can resolve things, because I know that disputes feel like crap, and my God, I've had small scale attacks, but that attack that went on with, that's ridiculous. Like, just agree to disagree. I mean, when we die, are we gonna care who had the last word? Absolutely not. When we're sitting in our recliners when we're older, are we gonna care? Oh, I forgot the final say on that one. Oh, she's a real winner. No, it's not gonna be like that. And this is just silly, silly shit. And it doesn't really, I mean, we're all in the rat race, and that's all it really is. I know some people like to glamorize it, but it's really not that glamorous. And yeah, I guess that's it. Just, you know, the persona, the attitude, that can easily make you or break you. To me, that was amateur behavior, because, and I say that because that's how I acted privately when somebody would piss me off. So that's why I was like, that's so like rookie. But then you don't seem to be that rookie in your numbers. So I was very surprised by it. And then if you look at this comment, if I would have seen a comment like this, say a year ago, that girl and I, we would have been into it. We would have been into it privately. Things would have gotten nasty. And then by the end of the day, we would have both blocked each other. But this was my response to her. But still, my first thought was, ugh. But then it was like, why would you be mad about that? The girl's being honest about your product. And you know that your hair had filler hair. So you know that that parting space looks, who cares about the wefts on the inside though? Seriously. That one I think could drop. But the parting space, you know, I know that you know. And then the shoddiness right here. And I think the woman at least deserves some of her money back, and probably a public apology. And I don't know, it will be interesting to see what your response is to this, because what I have seen so far, it was like, damn, that's hostile. But usually the people who are hostile, angry, they're the ones that have too many little piranhas just like nipping up at them. That's how I felt a lot. Like, damn it, I'm doing my best here. I'm putting my heart and soul into this, and people are just bitching about everything. Like I said, I know about the trying to be hard. Somebody would have reviewed my wig like that, it would probably take them having like 1 million followers to get that upset. It wasn't going to impact you on a grand scale. Now, with all this crazy shit out there, it will. So, that's all I have to say.